We are back in the building. Selected TV is back for season 2. Season 2, we are here. I've got people like John Jones in the building. People like John Jones in the... You know what? I'm actually going to clap because do you know how long it took me to get this guy to come and sit on this couch? You know what? I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and on top of that, explain why it took you so long to get on this couch.
I'm a civilian. Don't listen to her gassing. She asked me twice in like 24 months.
Listen, I don't want to argue on camera. So, obviously, this is a space in terms of Selected where I'm introducing the audience to people that, like I said, they may or may not know, may be familiar with, may not be familiar with. So this is your stomping ground today. No pressure, no pressure. So just tell us about yourself. What do you like to go by? I know I call you Jonathan, but what would you like the people to call you?
No one ever calls me that name. We're not in secondary school no more.
Oh no, am I using the government name?
110%. Literally, I don't think I'll even answer. Someone says that name, like,
really? No. So how do people address you? How do people call you?
They don't call me John Jones, it's Jonny.
Johnny?
That's it, yeah.
Okay, can I call you Johnny today then?
Yeah, man.
I'm not used to it though, I'm used to calling you Jonathan.
No, don't do that.
But hey ho, it's alright. Yeah. But yeah, so obviously I know you, but the people out there want to know you. So tell us about yourself. Like, what do you do? I know that everyone thinks like us that are like wearing our trainers. I've got this kind of, I always get it from people that are not kind of in the scene where they feel like this is me, like this is it, this is my job. But I know some of us, obviously, we're not in the field right now where sneakers is our career in that sense. So I know, obviously, without giving it away, I know that obviously you do things outside the sneakers. So just tell people about what you kind of do for the day to day, like what you do for a living.
Wait, what do I do for a living? So I feel like I do bare things, you know.
Start from the top.
That's why it's hard to get me or get me to places. So like my kind of 9 to 5, kind of not 9 to 5 because it's antisocial hours as well.
Okay.
I'm a probation officer for under 18s. Okay. So I do that like Monday to Friday on the weekends, and sometimes during the week I do football coaching. So
okay, nice.
I coach my son's team, like the assistant manager to that.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just like Sunday to Sunday I'm always doing something. Okay.
Do you play football yourself?
I used to, but obviously little man, he's the upcoming thing. So
the upcoming.
And he's a lot what he likes to do as well. No pressure. He said he wanted to do football. Yeah. So I just got to support him. And
are you sure you weren't one of them parents that said Project Mbappe or Project Haaland?
Funny thing is, he started off as a street dancer. He said, okay, I want to do street dancing. I was like, dancing, yeah, cool. Then for a couple of years, he was doing street dance. He was all body popping. I was like, this kid is actually kind of wavy.
Yeah. Did he get it from his dad?
No, I can't dance for shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Give me a 1-2 step.
When little man blows up, hits the Premier League, I'm involved. Do you know what I mean? I'll see if I can get him on Selected them times. Yeah. We'll see. So just in terms of, obviously I kind of know you from like the sneaker scene, and you know, I know when we kind of look back, we kind of went to the same uni, stuff like that. So just in terms of the sneaker scene, how would you kind of describe it? Because I just feel like lately, especially around on social media, there's been so much kind of conversation around the scene and the people in it, and it's almost kind of like these kind of weird unwritten rules are coming out slowly. So how would you kind of describe the scene in terms of, you know, the events you're seeing, the communication with people, the networking? How are you kind of finding it?
You know, it's I feel like every time there's always something different. You learn something new all the time. I feel like in terms of events, I don't really, like, you know, I'm busy already, so I don't really step out like that. And the events I've been to have been by Offspring, innit? Yeah. And those are the ones that I've proper enjoyed. Like when I'm putting them up on my social media, everyone's asking, what's that? Yeah. How did you get this? How did you get that? Yeah. And like, I'm not gonna lie, since I've done a few events with Offspring, kind of broadened my horizon. I'm seeing people that on a normal day I wouldn't even know they were into trainers. Yeah. Or I'm meeting people way older than me that could be my parents, and they're still got the love of trainers and that. Yeah. So it's might different. And I don't know about these unspoken rules because I feel like I said, I'm still kind of learning stuff. Yeah. But I'm a kind of man that if I want something, like if I see you got a pair of trainers I ain't seen on for time, I'll ask you, sorry, where did you get that? And I'll find a way to ask someone. But depending on the response, might feel like, right, was I not supposed to ask that kind of thing? But majority, like 99% of the time, it's been alright. Like if I needed information on something via a DM or I meet the person, it's all been alright.
Yeah. So what would you say? Because I know you mentioned Offspring events. What's been like your favourite Offspring event? I know mine, but I want to hear yours. What's been your favourite Offspring event?
A good one, you know. What's yours?
I'll ask you first.
A couple. If you say something, I might just be like, oh yeah.
I would say my favourite Offspring. I feel like I've got two. But I'm going to go with, like, if I was to put it in order, I would say my favourite Offspring event was actually the first in real life discussions. I think that, like, that was something that was needed. Definitely it gave people the floor to kind of, you know, have their opinions. People that might normally just be in the comments on Instagram or socials, having the chance to kind of finally speak to, you know, the Offspring community, which is obviously something that we've seen evolve. I love how you didn't mention that, even though I know you was there and you even took the mic yourself at a point.
So look, we're leading on to that.
Yeah, we're leading on to that. Go on then.
So obviously my favourite event was Sunday's discussion.
Okay.
As well. I'm not even lie to you. Do you know why I feel like it was good?
Yeah.
Like, I took so many different gems that day.
Yeah.
It's mad. Like, obviously, for me, I see people on my feed that I ain't press follow, they ain't press follow.
Yeah.
They might have liked a couple pictures. Obviously, I liked a couple pictures.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, right, okay, should I follow, should I not? Whatever. And you're seeing like someone like Franklin there.
Yeah.
Like Kath, you know, all these people, to me, they got bare following. Bit of clout and stuff like that. And to be able to like chat to them straight after, like, well, like, drop another gem. And they're like just giving it to you. You're thinking, on a normal day, I might not even want to approach you, like, because who am I kind of thing.
Don't say that. You know what?
Like that, I'm still like a baby.
This is where and why I asked this kind of question, and I think we'll come on to that, you know, as we go on. But this is exactly why I ask these kind of questions, because I feel like, yes, okay, we'll go, you know, Instagram following, whatever, we're just in that kind of social media world right now. But I don't believe that kind of I don't know, I just don't feel like that kind of says, okay, because you've got this massive following, you know, you're gonna have all of the gems. There's people that could have half the following, a quarter of that following, that still got, you know, even more kind of useful gems in that sense. So it's not kind of disregarding anyone that's got a bit of following, and obviously they've worked to build themselves up, build up their brand, but I just don't feel like you can only get gems from those kind of people. And I feel like that this whole kind of follow culture, follow me back, follow you kind of culture, I just find it a bit weird. Like, because a lot of the time, I'll be real, like, I'll be on Instagram, there's people that I know that maybe haven't given me a follow back or haven't done or whatever, but then I'll be out and a lot of them come and say hello to me first. So it's kind of like, you know, I'm not someone that takes it too deeply in it. Like, I feel like when I realise that, you know, it is definitely people are kind of watching their statistics and all the analytics and all that kind of stuff, I think I stopped taking it to heart in terms of the whole follow back thing. But I do think that it's almost kind of pointless in a way. I feel like that's why I feel like the social media world and real life is just completely different, because like I said, the same people that I know don't follow me back or don't, you know, whatever, we still talk in person, we still chat, we still catch up. So yeah, it is a little bit of a funny one. I think just being in a space like with the in real life, it just gave us a chance to have some of those conversations that we might have in the comments face to face. Like,
even that day, I'm just like, everyone outside of the trainer community think like this is what you do, like, every single day.
Yeah.
Talk about trainers or you're unboxing it, and it's not really like that, because we're not different from anyone else.
Yeah.
I think there was someone, can't remember her name, but she was in the law field as well.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, so to me, it's showing other people that we're all the same, you know.
Yeah.
This is our passion. Like,
literally.
This is what we like as well, just like someone might like bags and that.
Yeah.
And just almost familiarising yourself with other people and talking about stuff that sometimes you don't even talk about with your own friends and that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That discussion, it's proper, and everyone's being friendly after, everyone's talking.
Yeah.
Busting bed joke. You're eating on the table, there's like 50 people
Listen,
there.
that dinner was lit. I'm just gonna say it. That was, I really enjoyed the setup. I really enjoyed the planning that went into it. But yeah, no, for me, I would say that was my favourite. I know we've gone off on a tangent. Yes. We're going through our Offspring events. So of course we're here for kicks.
One last thing, you got to shout out Pat Works though.
Oh yes, I was going to say.
Whenever time you see Pat Works,
yeah,
and stuff as well, you always knew.
Yeah, no, 100%. So obviously this is a sneaker show with, of course, trainers, kicks, crepes, whatever we call it. I think we get all crucified for different ways of how we kind of describe it. So I always ask every guest, if you've watched season 1, you'll know, I ask every guest to kind of bring a pair with them, something that's like meaningful, special, has a story to it, and just kind of show people what the pair is, talk about it, and explain why the pair might be special to you. So I can see it in the corner of my eye. So if you just want to kind of grab it and talk to us about, so tell us firstly what the pair you've bought with you is, and why you've bought it.
It's a pair of Huaraches. It's the London Ting one.
Okay.
The reason why I bought it, funny enough, because this silhouette or like this trainer is what kind of just got me involved in trainers full stop.
Okay.
From a young age as well. Mm-hmm. So obviously it might sound like a silly story, but I remember I was in secondary school and we went to a football tryout.
Okay.
And obviously everyone's trying to make it as a football player at them times as well. And I remember there were like 8 of us from my secondary school.
Yeah.
And the tryout wasn't even run properly. So you're just like kicking football, like different games, and you're thinking these scouts are not watching you kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I remember one of my brethrens, he must have got picked.
Yeah.
And my other brethren weren't really feeling that. They're thinking, right, obviously there is a lot of luck and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's like, raw. It's only because you done this run trick, for example. That's
what trick?
So he must have done like, these are the times, obviously in secondary school, everyone's feeling Ronaldinho, innit?
Okay.
So you know he's doing a no-look pass.
Yeah.
Because you're thinking like he was different source.
Yeah.
So my brother, he was skillful like that, so he could do it.
Okay.
And he did send another player the wrong way by doing it.
Okay.
So if they're like proper YouTube back then like that, that clip could have gone viral.
Wow.
He was cold.
Yeah.
So I remember, and it was all like an Oyster card thing. So we all got on a bus back here. I think the man kind of forgot like my bedroom was there. So they're like, raw, only he got picked.
Yeah.
And I'm like, obviously I'm an advocate of like not making someone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, no, of course,
so
100%.
Like, bro, if one person makes it out of us, like, I'm happy.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And I'm even forgetting my brother's there anyway. I'm just like, yeah, man, I'm happy. Like, done his thing, whatever.
Yeah.
There's always more opportunities like that. So that must happen on a Saturday.
Okay.
So obviously we're going to school on a Monday. And we were, all of us like were in the same class, so we were all tight either way.
Yeah.
I remember after, he was like lunch, he was like, I got something for you. Like, okay. Why? Like obviously, remember this is secondary school, so everyone
yeah.
So I'm thinking he could have been, I got something for you and done something stupid.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to give it to you until last period.
Okay.
I'm like, alright, cool. Last period, I even forgot about it.
Yeah.
He's like, Jonny, and give me some little envelope. Don't open it until you get home.
Okay.
This little envelope. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, like, what's
in this envelope?
So secretive and like.
Yeah.
And obviously, I listened because I'm thinking, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
So when I got home now, I opened it. And there was like some little letter folded up.
Okay.
From his mum.
Oh, wow, okay.
And his mum was like, just want to say thank you for bringing my son to this opportunity. Because before he was at QPR, but I think he got released.
Okay.
And like I said, he was cold.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you for bringing like my son Callum to the football thing.
Wow.
Like, obviously, we've been told that it was a West Ham scout at the time.
Okay.
And I heard about the little conversation on the bus, and I really do appreciate you sticking up for him. Oh. And I thought it was nothing, like, to me, it wasn't nothing like that. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then in the envelope, there's like £50 there.
Oh.
I'm thinking, no. So the next day, I gave him the envelope back.
Really?
I kept the letter.
Okay.
Like, bro, you don't need to do this, you know? I say, like, obviously, I'm happy for you kind of thing.
Yeah.
No cap, by the way.
Yeah. And
he's like, no, don't be silly, keep it. So I think now, so that week was the next week, and we had on close day. So I'm thinking, like, we're like year 9, year 10, like, what are we gonna wear? What are we gonna wear?
Yeah.
So now everyone's just talking, like, I'm gonna wear this. I'm thinking, like, what am I gonna wear?
Yeah.
I'm Tucson from Brixton as well. So we had like Foot Locker there. We had some other couple trainer shops there as well.
Yeah.
So I took that £50. I blew it on a pair of white Huaraches.
Ooh.
And no one really had it them times, you know, they were all white.
I didn't really, I can't really say I saw too many people wearing all white Huaraches, nah. It was always, I definitely saw all blacks and other colours, but never all white, not really.
So, and then obviously we dropped into school for Unclosed Day, and like even a couple of youths in the older years, like, these are cold, like, where you get them from? I was like, Foot Locker. Yeah. So, skip a couple of years later, like years later actually, I think, obviously I never used to follow Offspring because I never knew about this whole culture kind of thing.
No, 100%.
And they done something of like, what does the Huaraches mean to you? And I think, so I just responded on the comments. And then they were like, oh, can we get your email address? I'm thinking, I'm definitely getting hacked right now. Obviously, I don't know about one.
Like, why are they asking for my details for?
And then, long story short, Pax got hollered at me. Like, discussed the same thing again.
Okay.
Then they invited me to the Huarache link-up thing. Where So I bring like, these trainers.
Okay.
So this Huarache, like, and I got these from that day. So my first ever campaign. Didn't know what to expect of that stuff. Come from just something that I'd done years ago. You know what I mean? Just me being me. And I'm just.
Oh no, I love that. I do remember seeing you on the campaign. I know there was a group of you that did that, but just to hear that, like, that story behind it and all of that, that's big. So with that, almost kind of like with that same money that you didn't even really want to take, you used it and you bought something. And so in a way, that money would have been special to you, even though you felt like you just done it because you wanted to do it. It equally is quite like a sentimental thing.
100%.
Because it's like, would you have bought that pair had...
I doubt.
Do you see what I'm saying?
My mum wasn't giving me no 50 to go buy a pair of trainers for Unclosed Day, you know what I mean? Go and wear the ones that you got.
Go and wear the ones you got, recycle that. That's mad. So in terms of like your you've obviously spoken about how you kind of got into kicks, you know, how you kind of got to know the scene and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to bring this up just because I think it's one of those conversations that people are kind of half having but not fully having. I've been seeing, again, my eyes always on the socials, I've been seeing a lot of stuff around this gatekeeper thing. Yes, I've said the word. It's like it always kind of seems like a swear word these days, that gatekeeping word. Do you believe that gatekeeping exists in this sneaker scene? So what I mean by that, gatekeeping, I think people have different kind of terminologies for it. I think I recently saw a post from the panel, Big Up the Panel, and they were kind of asking the same question, and I don't feel like I've actually heard anyone have the conversation face to face. So hopefully I want you to. I thought, you know what, let's just do it. Everyone knows I'm going to be honest, so let's have that conversation. So do you believe that gatekeeping exists in the sneaker scene?
I feel like, if I'm being honest, any community you go to, there's always going to be a number of people that are going to gatekeep. It could be for the right reasons, like no one wants anyone to come and spill what's happening. Could be for the negative reasons, like they don't want no one else coming to like go for what they've got. But I do believe it happens in every kind of community there is. I know you danced around it. Do you think that it happens? I know you said it kind of happens everywhere, but do you believe that it happens, like, because I guess we can say we're in the sneaker scene, so there's kind of this kind of community, whether it's the Offspring community or sneaker community, we go to events, all that kind of stuff. Do you believe that gatekeeping exists in the scene or community that we're in? So like I said, it happens in every scene. So it happens in the sneaker scene, but obviously I'm still small fish, so maybe there's more stuff I don't know about that's happening. I don't even know about. But on my personal experiences, if there's anything I wanted to know about anything, I think if anything, I've been lucky because I've slid in a couple of DMs asking, for example, I think even before I met Crep T, funny enough, I messaged her like, she has one nice mat on her Instagram. I was like, she said Crep T or whatever. I'm like, bro, where did you get that? Do you mind telling me? And straight away, she's just like, here's the link. You should get one. I was thinking, you know what I mean? So I've been alright. Like, there's something I wanted to know from someone else. Ask a question. But some people might say, there is. But are they asking the questions? You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like everyone's kind of experience depends on, first of all, if you ask a question, you might have, but you might have gone to someone who is a gatekeeper, and I ain't trying to tell you.
Yeah.
But personally, I haven't had that problem yet.
Yeah, I think, you know what it is? I think the problem is there's so many kind of different levels or like descriptions when it comes to gatekeeping. So one kind of gatekeeping scenario that I feel is kind of at the top of it, or the strongest point, is kind of again, I don't even like saying it, but kind of like the OG thing. So for me, and again, I've seen a lot of things around like, you know, what kind of makes you a sneakerhead. I think we kind of touched on this a little bit in season 1 as well, like what kind of defines you as a sneakerhead. And then I think from those kind of conversations, the gatekeeping is coming in full effect. So for me, and why I said the OGs or people that would refer themselves to as the OGs, why I think yes, there is a lot of gatekeeping, just to kind of answer that question myself. For me, I feel like it's, you know, collecting sneakers or being into sneakers or trainers, kicks, it has different meanings for different people. And I think sometimes gatekeeping happens because some of the OGs or people that would say that they've been, you know, in the sneaker scene for a while, they believe, I think in their eyes, they kind of see the perspective that, okay, how important sneakers is to me in terms of the culture, in terms of the stories behind kicks. Other people are not having that same kind of feeling. So I feel like from when they discover that, there's almost kind of this weird kind of gatekeeping of like, you know, are you really a sneakerhead? Are you really this? Are you really that? So it kind of goes on to my next question for you in terms of, do you believe, again, I think I saw this out there, do you believe, so if I was to describe myself as, and you know, identify myself as a sneakerhead, do you believe that quantity matters in terms of the amount of kicks? Because that I've seen again floating around this week on the gram. I've seen it, comments, people here, there, and I'm always going to talk about it. So do you think that quantity matters in terms of someone that identifies themselves as a sneakerhead?
Did I say I'm a sneakerhead though?
I'm just in terms of okay, if it just hypothetically, if I was to say, okay, I'm a sneakerhead, would you then, but then I turned around and said, I've got like 20 pairs though. Would you still look at me as a sneakerhead, or does quantity matter? For
me personally, quantity doesn't matter. Like, we're in a living crisis right now, so trainers have been
not the living crisis
and expensive as they go on. So not everyone's got that money to be buying trainers all the time. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't have the money to buy all the trainers I really want. And for me, I don't care about your quantity. As long as you got a passion and you like trainers, I'm a guy that loves trainers, innit? I appreciate them on myself. I appreciate them on other people. Does that make me a sneakerhead? To me, I just feel like I love kicks. I like going to events that host kicks. Like, if I see someone down the road, I'm like, bro, I like them. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, no, 100%.
So I know people that probably got like 200 pairs of trainers. They'll be like, so it's nothing. It's light work, you know what I mean? But they'll just my throw-ons, or you ask them like, did he mean anything to you? No, I just thought I liked them, like the colourway. Each to their own, innit?
Yeah, no, 100%. And I feel like that's where the kind of gatekeeping thing kind of creeps in, because it's like you just said now that you like kicks, you appreciate them. You may not necessarily have told people your story from like, you know, 2009 or 2010, but it doesn't mean that you haven't been into kicks or any of that. Like your sneaker collection, I'm sure, goes back. Your love for sneakers probably goes way back, but it's like I feel the gatekeeping comes in when you can't sort of post up that picture from 2001 saying, you know what, this is me wearing, do you know what I mean, my Air Max BWs and this and that. Like, I feel like even for myself, like I've been playing netball for like 20 plus years now. So for me, I've always been wearing trainers, whether it was for training, whether it was outside of training, going to games. I've always been in trainers. Like it's been a thing for me. It's a part. But in terms of like when it comes to social media, and same as you, knowing about all these other communities that exist out there, like my socials never really used to be, you know, that, you know, about trainers or any of that. Like I think as time went on and the culture around social media changed, like influencing came out and all that kind of stuff, it was kind of like my Instagram went from posting pictures of like my family and birthday cakes and stuff to like, okay, let me show almost kind of, I said this I think last season, that people use their Instagram or social media a lot for kind of almost like their portfolio. So you either want to show people like a different side to you, or you kind of want to just kind of put yourself out there to attract whatever you're trying to attract. So for me, it's like, although my portfolio, if you want to call it, started from only so many years back, it doesn't mean it doesn't date back 20 years. And I think with this gatekeeping thing, they're kind of judging you on sometimes what they see. Like, you have to be aware. On the internet, people put out there what they want you to see.
Do you know so mad, yeah? I remember, I don't know what I posted one time, and I think I deleted this person's stupid DM.
Yeah.
They must have said, you're not a true sneakerhead.
Okay.
I bet you never had to queue up for trainers.
Oh, wow.
And I was thinking, you don't even know me. Like,
yeah.
And to answer the question, yeah, I have.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta go to like somewhere like Westfield.
Yeah.
Get there like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you're allowed to buy one size.
Yeah.
Adult.
Yeah.
And kids.
Yeah.
Like, those times I'm buying trainers for me and my son. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, this person don't know me from nowhere. But they're already coming at me like, you don't know about, you're not a sneakerhead, blah blah blah. Like, furthermore, I got older cousins who used to either give me their old trainers back in the day. You know, when you ain't even working or something.
Yeah.
And their trainers, they were like in crisp condition. Did I have a smartphone like that to be taking my pictures? Does anyone still have them phones from back then?
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Everyone's got pictures in cold kicks. You know, when everyone had the Kodak phones and that?
Yeah.
Wait, like, I never owned my own one. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if I went through my mom's old school pictures, probably there might be some old school trainers that are not even around no more.
Yeah.
Did I know what they were? My cousin could have told my mom, getting these trainers. You know what I'm trying to say? So.
Yeah, no, that's true. I just think, everyone's got their own story. And I think that, although I don't think gatekeeping is going to go anywhere, but I think the mindfulness needs to come in terms of, you don't know someone's story, you only know what I'm telling you or what you're seeing, and there could be so much more to that person. And I think having that mindset of the gatekeeping almost kind of puts a barrier between you and that person. So that's kind of, I think we definitely kind of answered that. But I think it's a conversation that's going to keep happening. It'll be interesting because I feel that the scene is kind of changing a little bit in terms of the sneaker scene. Like, I could not compare the level of kind of interest from most people now as it was kind of maybe 2-3 years ago. I think it's definitely changed a lot. But I'm not going to sit here and judge anybody. You know, I think for me, when I did kind of see that question floating around the quantity and the sort of gatekeeping stuff, I really just kind of said, for me, as long as, like you said, you've got a passion for it, you understand the culture of things, you almost somewhat kind of, maybe, I know not everyone, let's be real, not everyone's going to sit here and say, yeah, I bought them SB4 Jordans, you know, them Jordan 4 SBs for the story, and that, I know damn well no one, not a lot of people would have bought it for that. Maybe the non-skateboarders definitely probably didn't buy it for that. They bought it for the look, whatever. It is what it is. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. You don't have to come with a story every time you're trying to buy something, but I do think that that's where the judgments start coming in a lot, where people
so as well. I feel like people shouldn't even need to justify themselves. Buy what you want to buy, wear what you want to wear. It's your money. No one can't tell me what to do. Like, if I'm buying my stuff, don't chat to me. I didn't get the money from you, you know what I mean? For this, so it is what it is. 100%.
Buy what you like, wear what you like. I just feel it's that whole kind of sneakerhead definition that just makes it all kind of get all jumbled and whatever.
You don't even need a definition, man.
I know. I think it's going to be there, and we talk about it because it's in the air. It's interesting to kind of get people's kind of thoughts behind it, so that's why I kind of threw that at you. So just in terms of the scene again, what would you kind of say is missing? I know you kind of touched on things that you've liked about it and your journey. What would you kind of say is missing? So whether that, again, be around events or, you know, certain, I don't know, maybe something on social media. Like, what do you think is kind of missing?
Like, I feel like what's missing is more input from people that these events are being put on for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's a lot of places or businesses that just put on events for the sake of putting on events, and people like me, you, or anyone who likes trainers might go there and just this is not really it, you know what I'm trying to say. But then again, each to their own. But it'd be nice to get like more from normal people, and we don't need to have 100,000 followers for us to have an input. Everyone's opinion matters, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So, yeah, like that's what I think, man. More events, bringing people together.
Yeah,
make the community a better place.
Yeah, I feel like we again are moving into that kind of. Again, nothing against it, just that influencer kind of, we're moving into that. And obviously the influencing thing, it existed before I think even the sneaker scene started to grow. But I think it's definitely kind of merging itself a lot with the sneaker scene, and it's one of those things. I don't want to ramble, guys, you know me, I like to ramble on and on about it, but I feel like I kind of agree in terms of things that are missing. So when it comes to events, definitely having more meaningful events, maybe getting the input, and I've been kind of screaming this, not even just for someone like myself, people like yourself, I know there's a couple others, really just kind of allowing people like us that aren't your influencer with, you know, 100 million followers and all that kind of stuff, or massive engagement, to also have, I don't know, like a floor. Like, this is kind of, again, I'll keep saying it, this is exactly why I started this kind of, you know, platform in terms of Selected. Like, I wanted us to have a chance to speak, you know, in our own kind of comfortable space where we, you know, because, you know, realistically, in a lot of these kind of events that are out there, we don't tend to kind of get the floor. Like, I was really, really glad when I got invited to be a panelist on Drop of the Year. Shout out King of Trainers. I think it was really, really good, and I know that he's kind of big on kind of uplifting those that don't necessarily get the mic on a day-to-day, and I think he does that quite well. So I was really, really kind of grateful for that opportunity. It was really fun. I've never been on a panel before. I told him that I'd never been on a panel before, so it was definitely an experience, and I would love for more people to do that. And I think he kind of said, so when I caught up with him at the end, he definitely said that that's something that he's trying to keep pushing for those to get comfortable with doing. So yeah, no, it was really, really good. And I think that kind of ties in with what we're saying in terms of getting sometimes the non-influencers also involved in a lot of these events.
Also, like, I'm a man, because of like the nature of my job, I like to help younger people, and I like to create a change or help be the change. So even giving opportunities to people who might not be confident to actually get out there, put out their work, you know what I mean? There might be someone who's not on social media but can take the dopest pictures, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, of course.
Like, everyone giving other people opportunities, that would be good. They'll give them back to like less fortunate people as well. Not everyone can spend £200 on a pair of trainers.
No, 100%. 100%. Just on that, because you've mentioned this price, what's been like, I know obviously we're only kind of getting into this year, so if you look maybe like the last kind of 6 months, 12 months, what's been a pair that you've bought that you thought, rah, did I really just spend the bag like that? Like, what's been that pair? It could be a pair that you bought it and you're like, boy, it's here, no regrets, I have no regrets. But is there a pair that you bought that you thought, right, did I really just spend that money?
No, you know.
No?
I don't buy resale.
Okay.
And luckily, I can wait to get something that I really wanted. I remember when these first come out.
Okay.
I missed these, and I remember like looking for them. They were, in my eyes, a bit pricey, like 3 something, 4 something. I'm thinking, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not even paying for a pair of Nike. I'm not gonna lie. Then eventually, what these for retail price? So I'm
lucky for some.
But for you big ballers,
listen, I had to dig hard, because I think when those the concept, the heavies, when they came out, it was a case of I couldn't find my size anywhere. Like, I literally had to search high and low. Like I've obviously got my little feet in it, so everyone knows my struggles with my baby foot. So I was looking for sizes everywhere, and it was like the smallest I was seeing was like 4.5. So I was like, gosh, where am I going to find this pair? And then I did manage to eventually find it for retail magically. Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it's a really, really nice pair. I always say I'm not a massive Air Max 1 person. I have a few Air Max 1s, but I think that's definitely one of the standout pairs. In terms of Air Max 1s, definitely. I think it's a really... I love colour in it. Everyone knows I love colour. Yeah. So the colour on it was just grabbing me. I'm definitely a colour, so any kind of confusion, any kind of daring kind of patterns and stuff like that, you know, I'm never going to be afraid to put it on.
I was a bit 50-50. I don't really do mad colours like that. These are honestly like the wildest kind of pair of trainers I've got.
Yeah. I mean,
and I love them though. I remember I can go anywhere. I could go to work.
Yeah.
I got young people looking at my trainers like, when did these come? I got Cody's like thinking, is he wearing these to work?
Yeah.
Like, what are they? You know what I mean?
Yeah. But it's funny though, because you go from all black Karachi to colourful concept Air Max 1, so it's mad. Like
growth.
It's growth, variety. Everyone's got to have a little bit of variety.
100%.
So just in terms of releases, is there anything that you're kind of looking forward to coming up? Anything you got your eyes on? Anything like that?
Obviously, I love to get them Travis Scott slow.
Yeah. I think everyone's gonna say that at some point.
Colour contrast on them.
Yeah.
So something different.
Yeah.
I'm looking. There's some Jordan 1s coming up.
Okay.
They're like pink suede, like.
Oh yeah. Those remind me of I don't know if you remember they were like the turbo. They came out a couple years ago now.
Turbo,
yeah. So I unfortunately didn't get my hands on them.
Still trying to get them, you know.
Still gonna, Mister, I don't do resale. Are you ready? The prices I've seen on that, we need a minute silence for that. It's wild. Let's forget about that. Because that was that. Yeah, you're trying to forget, but it was on the wish list at some point for me. Because
they're cold though.
Yeah, they're cold. So I'm hoping that I can't remember. I don't know what they're gonna call these one. Probably like a pink fade acid, whatever it is.
Serious.
Yeah, they're nice.
They pink will make the girls wink. Well, I had to put that out there. But no, they would have dropped them. The sun's beaming. White tee.
They're cool.
And I'm not going to say the rest because I want to do it on my own. So.
Yeah, no, they're nice. You're not going to give any gems away in terms of how you're going to drop it.
No. And the purple ones are coming out as well, you know, the same.
Purple?
Yeah, exactly the same, but the colour.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Why would I see the purple?
Oh, no, you're not.
I'm not. Bro, how did I miss that?
You're not
here we go.
You should have known about this.
You know what? I missed that. I think my eyes. You know what? My excuse. I've been so focused on the pink ones that I haven't seen the purple. You're gatekeeping that one.
Yeah. No, I'm joking.
I'm done. But yeah, I think those are supposed to come out end of April. I think they're actually a women's release. But I know that you somewhat fall into that.
Just about.
Yeah. So I think you might get away with it. You might get away with it.
Let me just get them and call it quits.
Yeah. What that pair is gonna make you call it quits?
No, I'm lying. I can take a break and get myself some more trainers or something. Yeah.
Although it took us a while, I'm not going to hold any grudges. Thank you so much for coming on Selected TV.
Sure.
See, it wasn't scary. I told you. I always tell people it's not scary coming, sitting on the couch. We're just having a conversation. How have you found it?
For the record, I was never scared.
You weren't scared?
No.
I thought all that time that I couldn't get you on, you were scared.
This man coaching the future ballers.
Yeah, it's future ballers, you know that one. So you're in demand. But thank you so much for coming on the show. Of course, use this platform, share your platform. So tell the people where to find you, where they can follow you, your socials, all that kind of stuff.
I'm a basic guy, so follow me on Instagram at John Jones. That's JONE. S, I think.
Which is your social? Are you asking me how to spell it?
Yeah, that's it still.
Yeah, so at John Jones with 2 S's.
Yeah, 2 S's.
Yeah. So make sure you guys follow Jonny. I could still call you Jonathan. Make sure you guys follow Jonny. This is obviously the end of our first episode. Guys, that thought I was finished, that I wasn't coming back. Do you know what I mean? I might have ruined your day. We're back here. Kind of gassy. And make sure you follow Selected TV on Instagram. Make sure you follow myself, Creparella, on Instagram. So it's Creparella with 2 A's. And we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.